We're just hanging out and we're painting. I'm just going to paint. This is what I'm painting. She's a little bit out there. Yeah, I've just been filming bits and bobs of me doing day-to-day things. Today is Sunday, and I'm painting. Today is my paint day because you know what? Some days you just need to paint. You know, you need to do things around the house. You need to do things to make your soul happy. And this is one of those things, so yeah. So y'all are here for the ride. I don't know what this concept is. I just had a doodle, like a scribble doodle I did in the summer. It was kind of like a profile of a face. Like a weird alien face with the proportions all weird. Yes? Hold on. Alright, and we're back. We had to take momentary pause because I had to build bed, so we do that. Our bed's been not great. It's been very broken, missing bolts, so it's just been like a noisy kind of situation, and we got that sorted, so that's great. And now we're getting back to this. Recently got some mediums, so I'm doing some fun things with the face of this piece to make it a bit more textured. And in addition, I think I'm going to use some high gloss medium and see what happens with that. But yeah, how we living, people? How are we doing? Because I'm, considering all things, I'm doing pretty well. Working on a grant within the community, so that's kind of fun. The usual stuff. Have to do it like this because I can't reach certain parts, and also this easel is very precarious. So, yeah. We're just hanging out and we're painting. But I've been getting into this weird period of making art that's kind of like really psychedelic and strange. It is a vibe. We enjoy. And if for those wondering, I'm using acrylic paint. I'd love to get into using oil, but we're not there yet, so we just keep doing weird, fun, weird things. I will probably time-lapse most of this because I think this video would be far too long if I just, you know, let it do its thing. Ooh, that is green. I didn't mean to do that. Ooh, yes, we love it. We love the purple vibes. Okay, I'm gonna add some weight because that'll look great. Alright, I'm gonna stop being on the floor because y'all can't see what I'm doing. You can see the painting, which I guess is effective, but it's not. You can't see my face. You just can't. You can't see my face, and that's just not gonna do, you know? I forgot I'm even recording. Ha! I don't talk much when I'm doing this. I just kind of do it, you know? I don't even know if I'm gonna like this, but it's okay because we're just gonna do it anyway. So I used some gold and bronze on this eye here. So I kind of wanted to integrate that into this other eye that I'm doing on this side, the parallel eye. So we'll see how that turns out. I think it's gonna be a few layers though till it comes through kind of in an opaque way. Yeah, there's usually a lot of time spent with me just kind of like looking at what I've done. Does it look good? Does it make sense? No idea! But it's the process, I think that's the funnest. The funnest. The most fun part, I think. Everybody who has any commentary on their lack of art skills, take the comment back because I think it's all sort of subjective, right? I think people like what they like and they don't like what you make, or it's not like a socially acceptable form of beautiful art, then screw them, because this is mostly for you, right? It's not really for anybody else. I'm gonna take this guy off so that I can be a bit more precise. And do this on the floor. But this is the process thus far. I'm happy with how it's looking. We just keep it going. I'm gonna just finish up here, but I'll shut you down. And they will have updates tomorrow. Hello! It's the next day. I did a bit of painting off camera because I just wasn't feeling like talking. This is where we're at right now. I'm into it, but I need to fix this area, just add more layers and make it look a little less messy, I think. It's a dual face kind of piece. We have a nose going on sort of slanted and eyes here. We're gonna layer it up and make it look fabulous. Yeah, it's been really great being able to be on an island where art is such a treasured thing and artists are very valued and highly respected. Am I a full-fledged artist? I don't know. I had no formal training, but it's something I enjoy doing. I think I'm gonna get to a point where I'm just gonna cake this up because I've been kind of scrubbing it to get all the stuff off. You know, you can only do that so much, right? Until you're like, you know, I'm good, like, don't do this no more. So, are we doing more art? Are we doing more things that we enjoy now that we have all this time spent inside? Or is it just me? Might just be me, I don't know. Yeah, I've been finding it really hard to make time for other things that are not going on in my physical world. I know that maybe sounds silly, and maybe it's kind of being neglectful and not on it with other people's time. But it's been nice getting back into sort of a practice, I guess. That is very dry. But I'm trying to get more into just like a flow, you know, like paint whatever I want, not paint from picture, because mostly that's all I've really done is painted from a reference picture, which usually turns out great. Like, it usually looks awesome, but I've been in this phase of doing really kind of poppy, trippy, weird kind of art. Dang it, I can't do this stupid thing. Jesus. Just put paint on it. Which has kind of resulted in some really cool stuff, but at the same time, I'm kind of like unsure of myself right now. Because, I don't know, I think as you go, you start to feel a little bit better about what you do. You know? I don't know. It's not really a right way, I think, to do art. It's just, you just do it. Really, I was planning on doing how to source foliage from your environment to do iron-on presses, but I don't have an iron. So it's pretty integral to doing that tutorial, and without that key tool I can't really show you all how to do that, so yeah. But I had fun making it, and as you'll see, it was a bit of a challenge, but also kind of humorous, so I just try to have fun. You know, we don't make it look like exactly the way people want it to look. You know, we just kind of do it. Just do it. Get the paintbrush a little bit wet, and then we just go over it. I recently just got a bunch of new paint, and I've been testing around with modeling paste. It's kind of fun. It just adds more of like a textured feel. Obviously I'm gonna paint over this. I know it looks kind of crazy what I'm doing, but you just smooth it down. And then once it dries, some high gloss medium on here, which I will do after, which I think should adhere in a transparent fashion, hopefully. I don't know, I've never used it before, so I'm not actually entirely sure, but I would just deduce by, you know, what it's called that it'll do that. I'm gonna go over this again once it's dry. Been feeling pretty privileged considering all things that I get to live in a place where I can freely go out into nature and be safely distanced from other people, because I know how much, I'm sure there's a lot of us that have been blunt that, you know, that live in higher density places. A hard time for a lot of people right now, and I just want to go on a trip somewhere warm. That's it. That's literally it. I'm thinking going forward into the new year, I'm gonna have more of like more dialed content. See this? So that's not really doing much for in the way of color transfer on my brush, which is really great. I'm gonna use a bigger brush because the small one's not really doing the job for me. So we take a big boy. Bring me a higher love. I don't know if this is particularly entertaining for anybody, but I'm enjoying myself, so it's cool. Okay, and now we're gonna go over this caca because it's not. It is time to put more paint to the paintbrush. We're gonna use a little bit of orange, like a light, nice orange. Where was that white? Right here. I'm really into like complementary colors and sort of offsetting things with different colors. So what we gonna do is we're gonna take a bunch of different, bunch of red, a bunch of yellow, maybe a little bit of white, and we're gonna put it down. Bloop, bloop. My advice to beginner painters: if you want to make cool art, integrate color into places where you wouldn't think that it lives. If that makes sense. So if you're drawing a tree, you're like, oh, the tree's supposed to be green. Actually, the tree is both green, but has probably maybe red undertones or blue undertones or burnt sienna or burnt yellow undertones. And then you just integrate that into the piece, and you'll be surprised what you end up with. I don't hate it. I don't necessarily know if it's the vibe. I was gonna make it kind of like this face was smoking, and then it kind of turned into something else. Why not use a little bit of turquoise and a little bit of red and see what I get? If you guys ever needed to know what my internal thought process is, it's usually sing-song. And it's sometimes shared. Whether y'all want it to be or not. Fungal dungle dog. Where are we from? What the heck is going on? I'm really hopeful that the stuff I'm working on right now will lead into like longer term employment. It's the hope, because then I can sustain work, leisure, and live in a beautiful cottage, you know? Gotta do what you gotta do. But you gotta just take a leap sometimes, I think, into the things that you don't really know. And make a darker green. Cooker's green. It's swassy. It's the swassy green that's mutually exclusive to I think it's really important when you're creating a painting to paint on a canvas is to paint the edges. It can literally just be like squares. This is the final product. We kind of like it. I like it. I don't know. I think this is just the beginning of getting into more like fun art. Hey folks, thanks for watching this video. If you liked this paint with me, please give it a thumbs up. And comment down below if you've been working on creative projects that you're super passionate about. I want to know. And until the next one, stay growing, glowing, and evolving.